Freedom of speech, people. What good is it if we're not going to use it? Use it, use it, use it, use it. Well, as you've seen in most of my videos, I am not afraid to talk about anything. Because if we don't toughen up, if we don't start asking the hard questions and really make the candidates look at each other, look at themselves, and look at their fellow candidates, people, honestly, until we can look at ourselves and have them look at themselves, look at their inner selves, people, what is the point of freedom of speech if we're not going to use it? We're told, do this, do that, do this, do that. No wonder we're in a mess, people. But let's be lively. Let's look into ourselves and use our freedom of speech, but be positive about it. Be so uplifting and be so radiant and inner self with beauty. Basically, people, here is what I have to say. I'm using freedom of speech right now. Who's really running the country? Not the president. Not even Congress. It's companies like the oil industry, the energy companies, and many more. Too many to mention. But basically, the corporations really dictate what we can do, what we want us to see and hear and say and all that. So really, are we really in control of this country? Are we really in control of our own destinies, people? We got to be uplifting. We got to be positive. But we got to break free. We got to find our inner selves, our inner happiness and balance, and be peace and happiness and joy. Be happy, people. Be so happy. Be uplifting. Use your freedom of speech because it's the ultimate power you have, and your freedom of choice, people, because there is no other thing that you have. It is so blessedly awesome. It's freedom of choice and freedom of speech. I mean, everyone has freedom of speech here in America if you know how to do it. And freedom of choice. You have to say, you have to tell the corporations, this is what you want. But do it in a direct and positive and uplifting way. I want to see this happen. Or I want to see that happen. Or I want to see alternative energies. But do it in such a way that they will actually have to listen. So people, use your freedom of speech and send a positive message to these companies. Like, we want alternative energy cars. We really, really would like them. But do it in a way that really capture their attention. Don't demand it. Really just go out there and say, okay, who's with me? Who wants alternative energy? Who is positive for alternative energy? Okay, people, we got to be positive about it. We got to look into ourselves and see, okay, we can have this. We can have this really what we make life better, and make the environment better, and make everything better, people. But all this downward energy isn't going to do it. It's got to be up, 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 and so happy and joyful and peaceful and just so. Well, that's all I have to say. Really. So, further continuing my freedom of speech, this video will also be posted to every candidate. Is, will they look into themselves and really find their true inner human being, find their bliss and happiness, and hold themselves accountable? And my last freedom of speech is positive to alternative energy, alternative lifestyles. Because guess what, people? once we find this, we can make the cost of living go down. Because life should not cost $1 million, people. It should only cost practically nothing. Why should we pay to live? Isn't that funny? We actually pay to live, people. It's true. We pay for food. We pay for medicine. We pay to live. Basically, the message that everyone here gets in America gets, if the more money you have, the more wealthy, healthy you'll be. That's not always the case, people. So really, why should we pay to live? That's all I have to say, people. Freedom of speech. What good is it if you do not use it? I'm an Osley. If you don't use it, what good is it? And be positive, peace, uplifting, and life is bliss, and happiness, and bliss.